Ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situation in the sports betting world where you see people making bets? Your friends are making bets. You want to bet a new sport. It's all over the place. A big event is coming up. It's on your Twitter and you decide, okay, it's time for me to make the plunge into a new sport. I'm ready to go. I fire up the account. I get to the books. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand what I'm even betting. If that's a situation that's ever occurred to you, you're not alone. Happens all the time in sports betting. I'm Ben Razza. This is OddsShopper, and we're here to talk about how to bet soccer, which is one of the most common and confusing sports to bet, particularly if you haven't bet it before. I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to give you some tricks, and we're going to look at some of the terms so you are better equipped, whether you're tailing someone, making your own bets, or you just want some action on the big time games, to see what the board is giving us. Now let's dive in. First term up, money lines. Pretty simple. You've heard the word from the NBA to the NHL to the NFL. There are money lines in every sport. But with soccer, this is a little different. So I brought up a random game here that we're going to use as our example. When you see money line, you've got three choices. And this is the first slightly tricky thing about soccer. There are ties. So you can pick team 1, the Wolves, Wolverhampton, team 2, Bournemouth, or if the game ends 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, tie would actually be the winner. Draw is what they label it on the books. So you have a money line, but it's known as kind of a three-way money line because there are three different options. So it's something to be aware of. If you bet a team and there's a tie, you're going to lose that bet on a money line. So you want to be aware of that when you're betting. It's one of the simpler ways to get down action. Every book is the same. I'm going to scroll to a couple different. I'm going to scroll up right here, show you the money line over on FanDuel. Again, you see home team, away team, and tie. BetMGM, same thing. Home team, away team, tie. Very, very standard. So you are basically picking what do you think is going to happen. Is a team going to win the game? You get that team right, you win your money. If not, no dice. So money lines, very simple, very basic. We're good there. All right, let's get to another term. We're talking about tie no bet. You're going to see this where someone says, wait a minute, I'm betting it, but I don't want the tie to count. Okay, so now we're down to two lines. What does it mean? It's actually pretty basic when you break it down. It simply means if the game ties, it's as if it doesn't exist. It's a void. It's a push. We are picking the winner of the game, and tie does not count. It's tie no bet. So if you bet on the Wolves and the game ends 1-1 with a tie no bet, no harm, no foul. If the Wolves win, you win. If Bournemouth wins, you lose. One small tricky thing here. Let's be aware of terminology. Tie no bet is draw no bet. You see it right here. Draw no bet. Same exact thing. BetMGM. We scroll down. Draw no bet. Same thing. So draw no bet, tie no bet. It simply means we don't want to deal with ties. We don't want them in our lives. Get them out of here. Two-way line now. So we've gone from the money line where draw factors in to tie no bet where draw is not a thing. Another easy way to get exposure in the soccer world. So we've talked about those two. Now let's get to another term. Let's talk about some spreads. Just like basketball, just like any other sport, football, where you're laying points, you can lay goals in soccer. A little atypical. Let's talk about it. Let's look at it. So this is what's a little unique here. You bring up the board and you say, okay, we've got a spread here of a half a goal. When you step back and think about it, that's the exact same bet as the original money line. Whereas if your team wins, obviously they have to win by more than a half goal. If they didn't, that would be a tie. So you can do that, but you also have the option to lay more and you're going to get bigger odds here. So say you want to lay a goal and a half. That means your team has to win by 2. You see, we're up over 5-1, and it's going to be the same at every book in terms of those big time payouts. You see a goal and a half here, plus 475, another big price. Obviously, BetMGM will have the same type of thing. There are all sorts of spreads there when you look. You just have to find what you want, how much you want to lay. Again, you see here, both teams, you're going to have options too. This is if you want to go the other way, you're going to get huge odds on Burnley. You can go this way. You see the plus 450. For Wolverhampton, this is the same bet we just discussed. One thing I want to point out, and there's no better time to do it, notice that these bets, plus 520, plus 450, plus 475, same bet, different odds. If you're unfamiliar with shopping odds, very, very crucial, super important, and something here at OddsShopper that we take really seriously. It is going to make you more money for the same bet. If I told you, would you rather get paid plus 520 for this bet or plus 450? Who in their right mind doesn't want 520? Get the best bang for your buck. It's one of the many reasons. Head over to OddsShopper and check it out. We have live odds screens. We have ways for you to maximize your return no matter what you're betting. And you always want to do that. So just want to get that in there right off the bat. But yeah, spread betting in soccer is the same as anything else. You're laying goals. You have to cover that number. If you do, you do. Don't, you lose. Basic, simple, effective can be a way to get that big plus money ticket. If you think a team wins by 2 or 3 goals, you can make a lot of money laying the goal and a half, laying 2.5 goals. It's very difficult to cash. It can be super effective. So spread betting, another way to get some exposure with soccer. Now I've got one more that I want to give you, and I think this is the coolest one and the most complicated. Let's get to it. Let's talk about something called double chance. It's really only seen in the soccer world. These are the type of bets, again, where I think people, if you're unfamiliar, you need to know about this. Someone might say, hey, take the Wolves double chance, Wolves draw. And you're like, wait, what? What does that even mean? Okay, let's break it down. Double chance, it's kind of like it sounds. You're actually capturing 2 of the 3 options. So when we talked about soccer at the beginning, we said, okay, you've got team 1, you've got draw, and you've got team 2. This is giving you 2 of them. So you're going to get the Wolves. If the Wolves win, boom, easy money. If it's a draw, you also win on this selection right here. Why? Because you have the Wolves and the draw, not or, and. Now we're paying for it. You notice these are all minus, where everything we've talked about already is plus money. That's because you're getting 2 of the 3 options. And of course, you can choose any 2 that you want. You could take the other team in the draw, even more likely, or you can just say the game will not end in a draw whatsoever. I'm taking both teams. And that means if any team wins, you win. If it's a draw, you lose. Obviously, you have to lay a lot of juice to do that in this particular game. Very, very interesting in how they do this. And another one, or watch, let's look at the lines again. I'm here on double chance over on DraftKings. Go 185 and 185, so that's good. Same right there. 240 and 250, save 10 cents. 330 and 340. And then you go to BetMGM, another 175, 250 and 350. So again, you're seeing these small discrepancies. Why bet minus 185 when you could bet minus 175? These are the little edges, the little tricks, the little tips that add up in soccer and other sports, but particularly with soccer. Final thing before I get out of here. And again, if you have any questions at all, hop in our premium Discord. Come on in, try us out here at OddsShopper. We're running deals, options. You can get in with the link below in this very video. Come in for the week. See if it can make the difference in your betting process. See if you want to learn more about not just soccer, but all these sports and how to uncover edges. We would love to have you as part of the team. One final tip for you. Again, it's just a little trick. You may not think it's going to make the difference, but always, always, always check little things like this. I actually brought up a new game for us, Man U and Sheffield. It's just to show an example. And again, not a huge deal, but just notice this. Okay, same thing. Let's review money lines. We've got the minus 320, 490, 700. Minus 320. That means that Man U has to win this game, right? If I'm on FanDuel right now, say you go to team props and you lay a half goal with Man U, that's the same bet. It's a different line. It's worse. It's minus 330, 10 cents. Again, is that going to make the biggest difference in the world? No. Will it add up over time? Yeah. Does it happen? It does. It happens actually pretty frequently in soccer, where the same bet on the same book, not even shopping in the industry, shopping within the book is going to save you money. Who in their right mind is going to lay minus 330 when you can lay minus 320 or put it in a parlay, something of that nature? And there are a ton of games over time where there are small differences. Again, you can even look on this game. I can go back to it. It's a small change here, very negligible, plus 190. Go to the team props, plus 188. You're going to see that over and over in these situations. And it is another way, just another way that we can maximize our edge. So when you're betting soccer, make sure you are aware of that. If there are terms I didn't get to, because there's a million soccer terms in terms of what you want to see, whether it's over unders, whether it's something with, halftime, full time, hit me up in the comments. You can always talk to me on Twitter at JazzRazDFS. I am happy to help. I hope this was informative for me and for all of OddsShopper. Again, we would love to have you as part of the community. Enjoy, and make sure to head over to OddsShopper.com if you want to learn more. Until next time, everyone, good luck. I'll talk to you soon.